What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of SMITE Meta Casual News. In today's episode, we got wards, we got skins, we got brand new gods. All that and a little bit more. Once again, my name is FG3000, you're you, and here comes the news. First up in news, we have wards, and tons of them. The first ward is a goldfish ward, we have a fluffy manicore ward, we have a helicopter ward, which just is like, what? And then we have a mailbox ward. All these things are just they're on that level. They're on that line that is just almost too much. And still, all right, high res, we'll give you a pass. I understand the goldfish is for Bastet because she's a kitty cat. The fluffy manicore is because everyone loves the manicore. The helicopter has to do with Secret Agent Apollo. The mailbox, maybe a mailman, a Mercury skin in the future. I mean, they can tie them into Smite, and I see that, but they're on that fine line of just being a little too much, in my opinion. Once again, I want to hear from you guys, so tell me what you think about these brand new wards entering into Smite in the next patch. Now, also in this patch, Bastet Night Prowler has made a reappearance. Finally, she's back. If you're not familiar, Night Prowler Bastet was removed because of copyright issues. Now, Hi-Rez never came out and said that directly, but we can all speculate that's probably what happened. So, she no longer looks like a DC character. Now she looks like a Marvel character. So welcome Black Widow, or welcome Night Prowler Bastet, whatever her new name is. Welcome her back to the game. And finally, the last bit of news for the skins. Secret Agent Apollo is upon us, and my friends, he is glorious. This was worth the wait. You have, wait a minute. I just thought about something. This is Sam Fisher Apollo. Are we gonna get sued again, Hi-Rez? Are we gonna get sued again? So we have Sam Fisher Apollo into the game, and the really great thing about this is that this is a bundle package. So you can actually get both of these skins bundled together for a discount. I don't know what that gem amount is. If someone has heard it, please chime off in the comment section below. But I do know that these skins will be bundled together, so that definitely means you'll probably get a discount. And maybe the helicopter ward skin is bundled with those. That would be awesome. That's my speculation, but like I said, if you've heard anything different, let me know. And that's gonna do it for the news in regards to the wards and the skins. Let's talk about this brand new goddess. All right, so let's talk about this brand new goddess, Serqet. Now, a lot of things have not been revealed just yet. Hi-Rez is saving a bunch of this for the patch reveal tomorrow on Friday. So all we have today is just a bunch of speculation, and my friends, it is juicy. So Serqet is an assassin. She's not mounted and she's not part scorpion, but that's fine. We're not talking about that today. So she's a highly mobile, very squishy assassin. She has the lowest, or one of the lowest, health pools in the game. So keep that in mind. She's highly mobile, but she doesn't have a lot of HP, and that's very important. She's based primarily around poisoning people, and I'm pretty sure, now like I said, once again, Hi-Rez didn't go into detail about all of her ability, her damage, and all of the other effects, but I'm pretty sure her passive is centered around her doing auto attacks and poisoning people, and once you've built up enough stacks of poison, it does something. That's my speculation, and it's pretty easy to garner that from the video itself. Now, her number one is probably one of the coolest abilities that I've seen in the game, and I'll tell you why. I've been playing Smite a long time, and a very early concern of Smite and the way that it's in 3D, people thought that Hi-Rez wouldn't be able to make a lot of unique targeters. They thought, oh, it's gonna be shoot in front of you, shoot in a circle, or jump. They thought that's all Hi-Rez is going to be able to come up with, and my friends, I'm here to tell you that is not the case. So now we have this really cool zigzag type of targeter, and not like Kali's zigzag, and not like Yanis's zigzag. This one's actually really cool. So the closer you bring it to yourself, you can basically make Serqet attack really fast in a really small area in front of her, or you can stretch that ability out and use it to chase people or finish people off. Very cool ability. I like it a lot. Good job, Hi-Rez. Now, her number two is basically a double projectile. Now, this double projectile is pretty unique, whereas you press the button and those two projectiles will just shoot out right after each other. Now, I don't know the exact delay of the projectile number 1 versus the projectile number 2, but if you can imagine this, you press your number 2, one projectile shoots out, and automatically, without you doing anything, the second projectile shoots out. Now, you can kind of use this ability. Now, it's not exactly like it, but you can use this ability similar to Ares. Now, you know, when you're playing Ares and you're using your chains, you can chain one person to your left, and then you can use another chain to chain somebody to your right. Very, very similar to this. So you'll press your 2 with Serqet, and you can shoot off and hit 2 people, maybe get a double kill, or just use both of those projectiles to hit someone and then hit them again when they try to move out of the way. So very unique ability. I do like that one as well. Now, her number 3 is it's pretty bloated, but let's take a look at it anyway. Her number 3 is her leap plus invisibility. So let's say Serqet is walking around, she hits her number 3, she stops dead in her tracks and goes invis after a small delay. Now, the radius is only 10. So if you are within that 10, if you're within that radius of 10, you can actually see her and just smack her in the face and kill her. But if you're outside of that radius, you cannot see her. She's fully invis. She can stay in that invis form for the entire conquest match if she chose to. She can just stay right there and never move. But keep in mind, if you do get close to her, you will be able to see her, and she is stationary, she cannot move. Now, anytime she wants, after she becomes invis, she can use that to do a standard leap, just like you're used to in any other god that's in the game. It's basically the standard range, but you do have the added benefit of going invis in the middle of a fight, or, you know, I mean, it's a couple of different uses. At the end of a team fight, once everything is said and done and your team just got wiped, you can kind of use that to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go invis, wait till everybody turns the other way, and then I'm just gonna jump over the Gold Fury wall and go back to the base. So obviously there's gonna be some more uses. That's just the first one that pops out of my head. And then lastly, we have her ultimate. Now, Hi-Rez Bart mentioned that the radius of her ultimate was very similar to Bakasura's Devour Minion. Looking at the video, I don't see that. It looks like it's a lot bigger than that, but you know what? He works at Hi-Rez, I do not. So take his word for it, not mine. But basically what happens is this: she jumps on the enemy, she does a ton of damage, and she knocks them away. Now, we can be rest assured that this has something to do with her passive. It has something to do with all of her attacks. This is a god that's all about poison, damage over time. So I'm pretty sure if you stack up a bunch of your abilities and stack up a bunch of poison on your foe, doing your ultimate is going to have some type of extra effect or extra damage. And that is her kit. So it's time for my opinion. So I don't think she looks overpowered at all. She seems like she's going to fit the exact same role as Bastet does. And what I mean by that, she's the type of goddess that is going to jump in, assassinate one target really, really hard, and then get out. So we have another Loki, another Bastet, which in my opinion is not very overpowered in Smite. Team fight presence is the most powerful thing that you can have in Smite if the game goes past a 20-minute mark. So I expect this guy to fit into a small little niche where she is one of those pub stomper type of gods that tries to make you surrender before 15 minutes and that type of thing. So I don't see that she's very, very overpowered. Of course, we have to see what the actual damage numbers are, but looking at her kit, she doesn't really look more overpowered than Bastet does. So if you don't think Bastet's overpowered, you're not really gonna think Serqet's overpowered, and that's the camp that I'm in. So that is going to do it for today's episode of SMITE Meta Casual News. I will see you again this weekend when we deep dive in all the skins and talk about the patch and all that good stuff. But once again, my name is FT3000. You have been you. And that, my friends, was the news.